Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Been running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, wanting jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate. In the end zone, we don't got no time in the wait. Ain't trying run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game go into overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. Ain't trying to home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy Eddie, and I got my co-host in the building. We got Clayton in the building. What up, what up, what up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a wonderful Wednesday evening, and the Houston Texans are showing up again on a victory Wednesday. The Houston Texans did us a solid and put away the Tennessee Titans in last-second fashion. Beating them 16-13 on a last-second field goal from Matthew Wright. Practice squad kicker. Shout out to Davis Mills and the gang. They pulled it out in Tennessee. And now we're back at home again for Thursday night football against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen and the crew. But what are your thoughts about the game that transpired on Sunday, man?
I just thought the funniest thing was post game. You probably saw it. Who was it? Jeffrey Simmons. He was like, they're not better than they're not better than us. Okay, sure. As we're winning in Tennessee again for the second straight season, or I don't lost count at this point. But the way they say we love winning late in Tennessee. But no, man. Look, Davis Mills did it again. Really, just credit to the entire team. No, it wasn't as. Look, it wasn't the whooping that we all wanted or expected, right? But, Tennessee's coming off a bye. We can't expect them just to be static, They got some type of pride or, just not wanting to get dog walked for the rest of the season. So, the win out, the defense played tough, made things difficult on Mills in the O-line. But, made just enough plays. Hey, 3rd and 16 to Nico. That was, that looked like old school vintage Texans football. Throw it up to Nico. He down there somewhere. But all in all, man, bro, listen. All in all, as the cliche goes, throw out the records when it's a divisional game, especially on the road. But hey, back at 500, they did it on the road. So hey.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. 500 giving the Texan fans. Are they giving the Texan fans false hope? Is the question. Are the Texans, getting us built up again, saying we can make this playoff run or chase, and then they end up, stinking the joint up again. But the litmus test is here. The litmus test is here against the Buffalo Bills. No CJ Stroud again. No CJ Stroud, no Jalen Petrie, no Jamal Hill. They all have been ruled out for the game on tomorrow. And it's Battle Red Day, man. Fans love Battle Red Day. They can't wait to go out there and turn up and show out at Battle Red Day. But can Davis Mills show up and show out and provide a performance for the Houston Texans to pull out a victory against the highly, highly talented Buffalo Bills?
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get more into detail about like the context of it all and some of the updates that have come out recently with the injury reports and all the stuff. But to your point, man, I mean, look, Houston is kind of known for this, right? Making you believe just a little bit, and as soon as you believe just that little bit, everything just comes crashing down. We're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's the cynic in me talking as a Houstonian. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop. We're waiting for when Cinderella's carriage turns back to a pumpkin, all this stuff. We just hoping that it can last for one more game. That's just one more.
That's all we need. We need to get us through this game, let us make it and win this game. And then now you're 6-5 with the coach potentially, if all thing was perfect, Colts lose the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Um,
I don't
and
know about
then
that. No. I don't know.
we will see. But I mean, hey, Kansas City go up there and they got some salt in their mouth, so they may have a little
Yeah,
thing to say. So they go up there and they win their game against the Colts, and now you're looking at you 6-5. What up, Frank? What up, Brandon? No, we ain't talking about Daniel Jones. But I'm saying you got the Chiefs go up in there and they win that game. Now you're looking at it as hold on. Go ahead, Yvonne. Go ahead, tune in to both. We ain't gonna be long. We ain't gonna be long. We gonna be gone before the Rockets hit halftime. I trust and believe. So y'all can go ahead and
yeah,
tune back in on that H time rundown on playback. But definitely made me lose my train of thought going in but talking about the Chiefs winning that game, and now
yeah,
you to this game against the Colts, and you win, you come out and you beat the Colts in the Stroud House. Um, you 7-5 at that point, and now you only what a game back from the Colts.
yeah.
You
Because at that
as
point they'd
far
be
as
what, 8-4, I think.
they'll be 8-4. At that point, you only be a game out from the division lead, and now you slowly creeping up on them. So definitely, you gotta think about it. Brandon say good news. We win, there's hope in playoffs. He said good news. If we lose, better draft picks. Maybe our schedule won't be terrible next year. Um, as long as the Houston Texans have CJ Stroud, we're gonna draw a Kansas City, a Baltimore, Buffalo. We're gonna draw them type of teams every year, man. Unfortunately. So but I wanna go right into it, and we talking about injuries. I don't want. We harped on it last week, but I don't want to keep harping on the C.J. Stroud injury because it's already been determined that he will be back for the Colts game.
Hmm.
But what is your thoughts on longevity for C.J. Stroud when it comes to these concussions? Because last thing we want is for C.J. Stroud to be in the Tua Tagovailoa category of like he gets a concussion every year, or when he does get a concussion, he's gonna miss an extended period of time.
Right. I mean, listen, man. If you the thing about being a modernized, mobile-ish quarterback is you have to know how. If you're gonna get hit, you got to know how to get hit. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to get hit, you got to learn how to get out of bounds, slide, make a quick decision. And two of the guys that have been like the best archetypes of the modern, smart, high IQ running quarterback. Uh, no, not Josh Allen because he's crash dummy. He just has the body. He has the body to not reject contact. Like that's the advantage he has. So I would never look at Josh Allen and say like be like him. No,
Yeah.
um, I would look at not even Lamar because Lamar has that special type of like I know how to not get hit kind of speed where like
Hmm.
when have you ever seen Lamar really take that one big hit? He's taken some, but he
Yeah.
hasn't taken that RG3. He hasn't taken heck of CJ Stroud now the Tua. Like no, because he's just too quick. I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes. I'm looking at Russell Wilson as
Hmm.
some guys who, if I'm going to teach a modern quarterback how to move and be smart about it, it's Russell and it's Patrick because they just, of course, know how to run while looking downfield, but they know how, like, they prioritize. I'm running with a purpose. I'm running to get out of bounds, throw the ball, or slide. I'm making quick decisions. CJ, he's a statuesque, old school ish leading quarterback. He is
Hmm.
not the most fleet of foot. I really don't want him running like that.
Right.
So I just hope that to avoid the Tua thing, if you're gonna run, bro, get down. Like, please get down. That's the
Hmm.
only thing I have because we've been asking for him to like contribute his legs, which is cool. But again, get out of bounds, get down, make a decision. Don't do stuff like that. It sucks that it happened, but that's football.
Yeah.
I think CJ is too self-aware to let that happen. I think he's a pocket passer anyway. So this is
Hmm.
probably just more reason for him to just stay in that pocket. I really so yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's something you have to kind of protect protect him from himself
Mm,
because he's still new to it because again in Ohio State he didn't have to run. He didn't have to scramble and do all that. And even though he's able to, he never had to do it. It never was proponent of his game. So, now he's getting into that point where, yeah, you got to run a little bit, CJ. You can't just sit back in the pocket, um, and just
That's
hope
what
that you can just deal from there. So, hopefully CJ Stroud gets to recover. I thought Jalen Petrie was going to be able to play
mm,
because he practiced on Monday and Tuesday, but they ruled him out as well. So they're just, kind of being precautious all around the board. And then Jalen Petrie is going to be, fairly missed. Yeah. Oh yeah, they most of their, so you got Miko Harmon and
Dalton Kincaid and
Dawson
Curtis
Kincaid,
Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. They're all out, but they still have Dalton. What is it? Not Dalton Kincaid, but what's his name? Knox.
Yeah,
They
Dawson
still
Knox.
have Knox, and they still have
Here,
Khalil. Yeah,
here, yeah. I mean, they got weapons. It just again, they're not coming back against you.
yeah,
Uh,
Kenyon Coleman, but they got Kenyon Coleman too, who beat us, on a broken play or missed tackle last year for a big touchdown. So
sure.
they still have guys. But we gotta be patient and talk about it. But we can talk about the keys. So we can jump right into it, talking about the keys to the game.
Mhm.
Because it is a big game, Thursday night football. Everybody, make sure y'all tune in. Don't miss it. If y'all in the city, if y'all got tickets, make sure y'all go ahead and make your way to NRG. I just got an alert that the ticket prices are dropping, so y'all make sure that y'all go ahead and grab you a ticket and be in your battle red on tomorrow night in NRG. But yeah, right now it's pretty kind of cookie cutter. Your defense has to take you home. We can't. We haven't relied on Davis Mills, and I don't think we ever should rely on Davis Mills to just kind of take us home. I think that comeback against the Jaguars was an anomaly. Definitely not the norm. So you got to take what you can get with Davis Mills and just pray that he doesn't turn the ball over, and hope that you can just sustain drives like you said earlier, and we'll talk about it now. It's just the Houston Texans just got to sustain drives, play turnover free football, and I think they're second in the league right now as far as what up Blackville. They're second in the league as far as time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
So
Time
the
for a second.
Houston, yeah, if you can go ahead and just hold the ball for 30 plus minutes of this game and limit Josh Allen, and his opportunities with the ball in his hand, then you definitely have a chance to win the game. It'll be low scoring, and it'll give you an opportunity just to, even if you put up 10 points or 17 points, you got to keep Buffalo out the end zone. And one way to keep them out the end zone is to limit their opportunities with the football. So that's one of my keys is just ball control and play turnover free.
Mm-hmm. Run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Buffalo Bills have the second worst rushing defense by yardage in the entire NFL, next to only the Cincinnati Bengals, who
Mm.
are historically poor this
Yeah.
year. Any list that you're only in front of Cincinnati defensively, that's not good. And they also Buffalo, that is, they have given up 17 rushing scores this season. That is the tops in the NFL. Uh, you've seen games like against the Falcons where Bijan had almost 2 bills on him.
Yeah.
You mentioned to it off stream, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their second and third string running back,
Mm-hmm.
he put some heat on him.
Three. I think he
Uh,
scored almost 3 touchdowns, didn't he? I think he
it's something
scored
like,
3 touchdowns.
bro, Buffalo has given up 2 or 3 touchdowns for the majority of each base all the games, like at least
Mm.
7 out of 10 games. Um, Basically, my point is key number one is, I mean, yes, ball security, but I mean, one of my biggest keys is run the rock, like
Yeah.
mix it up. Nick Chubb, Woody Marks. I even said, and somebody got on me for it, but heck, this might even be a game. Heck, throw Damian Pierce out there too,
Nah.
because no,
I
it's not the
can't ride with it.
best.
We can't let that slide. It's steady slam Damian Pierce slammed over here. We can't let that
Look,
at all.
Damian good for that one occasional 65, 75 yarder, but
Yeah, let it be on kick return. Not
yeah,
not not handing
yeah,
it off.
I got you. But no, run the ball. Like you said, that's a part of ball control. Run the ball, and if you know that the Bills are naturally predisposed to allowing run domination against them, lean
Mhm.
into that because from what I was told, we were told that we're what is it? A physical outfit that wants to run the ball downhill. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. If you're ever going to be that, this is the game to do that, right? So that's one of my keys: run the ball, and yeah, I think keep throwing it to the 2 6'4" guys on the outside, like safely, of course.
Yeah.
Nico Collins has had his best 3 game stretch in a while.
Mhm.
Jaden Higgins looks like the guy we drafted him to be, in his own way.
Mhm.
Of course, I would love to see Jalen Noel get some run, but that's like beating a dead horse. So I just think control the clock, quality plays, take what the defense gives you, don't get greedy. Um,
Mhm.
and then my last key, score in the freaking red zone.
Yeah.
Like just once or twice, I posted about I rewatched the Denver game and I left with like 5 takeaways, all of them being self-inflicted, like Jaime missing field goals, Dalton Schultz dropping balls, Mills overthrowing Kirk over the middle, which could have at least been another 3 points. Which then
Mhm.
you beat Denver outright. Any one of those things go your way, you beat Denver. But not to go back, but just to say, I'm confident that if you can just do all the things we mentioned, you should be able to, if nothing else, squeak out a close win against a damaged, battered Buffalo Bills team that's telling you to run the football. And the main source of their offense is Josh Allen.
Mhm.
If you stop him, you took the battery out of the machine. You good to go.
Yeah, defensively, you have to first things first. You have to stop Buffalo from running the football.
Yep.
I think there's a stat out there that if James Cooks gets over 100 yards, either they're undefeated or only have like one loss on the season.
Mm,
So you have to stop them. Stop James Cook from running the football. Stop Josh Allen from running the football. If you're asking Josh Allen to sit back and throw the football all game long, that's to your advantage, especially
mm-hmm.
the way we play defense.
Yep.
You're gonna have a game from Daniil Hunter and from Will Anderson Jr. You're gonna need to have a game from those two. Derek Stingley is going to have to be active and making sure that we turn the ball over for Buffalo. Making sure Buffalo turns it over. So that's one thing about it is that Josh Allen is averaging a turnover a game. He has 9 turnovers in 9 games. So
Dang.
um, I agree, Brandon Dalton Kincaid being out is big because he's one of their key weapons. So you definitely have to take advantage of that, and you got to put the pressure on Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Again, take the ball out of their hands, by holding on to the ball, but defensively, take the ball out of their hands by turning them over.
Yep.
Josh Allen, like I said, he's susceptible to turnovers. He
Mm-hmm.
had a great year last year, not turning it over, and he won MVP because of it. Or was it the year before? I forgot. Whatever year it was, it was.
No,
I
that
think
was
it was
one.
last year, and
I
he
think
won
that
the
was.
MVP. Won the MVP because of it. But now he's turning back to his old ways. So yes, he scores a lot of touchdowns, but that's because his defense gives up a lot of touchdowns and
Mm-hmm.
gives up a lot of points. They just 2 weeks ago they just got blew out by Miami,
Mm-hmm.
who was almost lacking a heartbeat. So
That was weird. Yeah, that was.
yeah,
I was like, what
so
the heck is that?
and then you going toe for toe with toe to toe with the Buccaneers, and they're so injury riddled. They're missing like 4 offensive linemen. They're missing their top 2 or 3 wide receivers. They're missing their top 2 running backs, and they still put 30 plus on you.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Baker is a great quarterback, but come on, Baker doing it with a whole bunch of nobodies and put 30 on you.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm looking at it now. Buffalo, yes, they're a good team. Buffalo can do some damage in the playoffs, but right now, this is the prime time for Houston to take advantage, beat Buffalo on a short week. After them having a whale of a game against the Buccaneers, you take advantage and you do what you need to do. You're at home. You've played pretty well at home. So do what you need to do and win this game. So I think it's really straightforward
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to this, and I don't. I'm people was like, well, how do you feel with Davis Mills starting at quarterback? I really don't feel any type of way.
Yeah. See
The
what
the
I'm saying?
formula is the formula with Buffalo, regardless whether Davis Mills is playing or if CJ is playing. CJ was playing, I would have said the same thing. I'm not about to say, hey, let's go air it out. No,
Right.
let's go hand the ball off to Woody Marks and Nick Chubb. Let them work, and then let the play action passing game open up. And you hit Nico Collins, and you hit Jaden Higgins, and you hit Dalton Schultz, and you hit Woody Marks out of the backfield for a screen pass, and you do all of these things, and you just want Davis Mills to dink and dunk down the field, get you in field goal range. If you can put up 20 points, however you get to 20 points, you have a very, very good chance of winning this game.
Hmm. Yeah.
No,
I
so
think
go ahead.
I, I'm sorry. I was also just gonna say, like, again, rewatching the Denver tape. Also, I got you, which is what has gotten us for a couple years now. D'Amico's defense is that they don't give up many big plays, but when they do, they're monstrous. And the two that they do give up, it is the last minute, mobile quarterback special where they
Mhm.
allow somebody to break contain and just take off. Think of Bo Nix. Think of Trevor Lawrence. He tried to. Think of
Baker,
Baker Mayfield.
yeah.
Right on fourth and whatever to really to clinch the literal game. So
Hmm.
like you said, you got to win comfortably enough to where last minute runs by Josh Allen will not gash you and damage you like that. And then not only that, but again, it's to go back to what Bo Nix did to you. It really came down to two busted coverage throws,
Yeah.
one by Henry To'oTo'o,
Hmm.
and the other weirdly, I don't even to this day, I don't know if it was Stingley, I don't know if it was like the safety assignment, behind him and somebody was supposed to be there. But just those two passes right there that were big chunk yardages that went for touchdowns. You just can't have those. If you can just avoid the big busted coverages and the
Hmm.
the the Josh Allen run at the worst possible time, you should be fine. But all that's predicated on controlling the clock, controlling the ball, and not missing opportunities to get as many points as you can. Take the
Yeah.
points where you can, make them where you can get them, and just
Hmm.
go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Frank was saying he kind of echoed the point I made earlier, just a few seconds ago. Yeah, they had a well of a game with the Buccaneers, a back and forth, knockdown, drag out game, and then they on the short week.
Yep.
So they trying to recover too. Shout out Sergeant.
On the road, short week.
So they on the road on the short week. I think they were at home against the Buccaneers.
I
So
think so.
they coming home, on the road.
Uh-oh. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, there we go. Houston had the benefit of being at home. Houston had the benefit of being at home, and so during this week, and you know, we can make I like this. Keep the tradition of owning the Bills. Yeah, right now Bills I think have lost the last 3 or 4 games they
I think
played in
five.
Houston.
I think five. I think it was
In
something like
Houston,
that.
in Houston, in Houston.
Yeah,
Because Bills fan will hear this and want to run off and say, "No, we didn't. We beat you in 21." Okay,
something like that. Yeah.
I mean, but the last 5 games in Houston, the Houston Texans have won. So let's keep the tradition alive and let's go ahead and knock the Bills down a notch and kind of hurt their playoff chances. And it's going to be a nice little battle because right now you have the Ravens at 5-5, you have the Texans at 5-5, the Chiefs at 5-5, Jacksonville at 6-4, Buffalo at 7-3,
Hmm.
and I think Pittsburgh at what is that 7-4? I think they're 7-4 as well.
Perhaps it's a lot of fringe going on in the AFC. I will be careful to not use the F word, fraud. That is, I'll be careful because last time I used that word, I was banned from a whole entire from Broncos country. So I don't want
Oh,
that to
hold
be.
on. Pause. They about to fight. What's going on out here?
I don't know, but
It's my bad. Yeah.
yeah, I'll listen. I won't say fraud watch. I will simply say it's a lot of fringe bubble teams in the AFC. A lot of beatability in the AFC, which
Mm-hmm.
is what bothered me so much about where we are right now. Anyway, because this is such a winnable AFC from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody looks like this indestructible force. You can pick apart everybody's argument for why who is who, and you probably be right. So
Mhm.
again, even more reason why Buffalo is prime for the taking. You don't take it for granted, but like if you're ever going to beat them with Davis Mills at quarterback, this is what you would do in a season where they can't stop the run. You got the number one defense. You have everything that travels well. You have
Mhm.
everything that holds up well, even in a short week. You just got to play good football. And that really, you repeat that formula for everybody on your schedule, you're going to walk away with more wins and losses. Like that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. That's why it's so important. If you get this game, get your third in a row, you get CJ back, you get the whole gang back at 6-5. You, hey man, listen, you're going upward as everyone else is going downward, and that is always what you want in the game of football is to be playing your best when everybody is already peaked. And if you can
Yeah.
do that, then we really might be cooking.
And you got to look at your schedule going forward too. Indy is a divisional game, so you always have a you always Indy is playing well, but I feel like Indy is going Indy. And you look at it after that, you got Kansas City, who's trending downward, you know. And then after that, guess who you play? You play the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders,
Bro, listen,
back to back games, and then you back,
bro, Chargers, they're
with the
beatable.
Chargers, and they're
Chargers highly
going
beatable.
down. They're going
Highly,
down.
it's highly beatable.
So your schedule is playing out perfectly for you to get out of an 0-3 hole where you can potentially make the playoffs. And honestly, if everything is going like it's supposed to go in a perfect world for Houston Texan fans, you have a chance to win a division. Because the Colts still have to play Seattle. They still have
Ooh.
to play Houston twice. They still have to play Jacksonville twice. They're more than likely going to split with Jacksonville
Oh,
because
we're
they
gonna find
always lose. They always lose a game to
we
Jacksonville.
gonna find out a whole lot about these
Yeah.
Colts on the back end. It's this dude. Listen, I'm gonna shout him out. You probably know him, Reginald. I think something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He we interact on and off. I hope he's listening. If he's not, but that's my Colts connect that I talked to him, I touch base with him. We gonna learn a whole lot about Indy because it's been a whole similar to Broncos country. It's been a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of this about we
Exactly.
this and we that and, da, 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 and
Yeah.
all this stuff. Okay, all
Mm-hmm.
right. You didn't listen. You did what you're supposed to do. You ate off of bad teams. That's you. Credit to you. You could have lost some
Mm-hmm.
games. You 8-2, but we about to find out now.
Yeah, absolutely. He could have been 7-3 easy.
Yep.
And I think it was
Falcons
another
should beat
game
you.
that they
Falcons
they
should beat you. Denver should
yeah,
beat you.
yeah. They should have lost to the Falcons. They should have lost to Denver. So that's two more games. They really should be 6-4.
Mhm.
They just pulled out games that they, teams do, good teams do. So, you
Man,
know, I'm
Jonathan
looking at it.
Taylor's their whole offense. So stop
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you take away Jonathan Taylor, what do they have?
That man, 200 yards. This
Yeah,
man.
you take that away. So, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. What is your
Do
score prediction for this game?
it.
For the Houston
Oh,
Texans.
dang, man. Oh gosh. All right. Okay. Give me Texans 17, Bills 13.
Mm,
I'm gonna go there. Give me 17-13 Texans way. I think the
mm.
Texans control most of the game. I don't think anyone's blowing anybody out. Um, yeah, I think it comes down to once again, D'Amico Ryan special, Buffalo driving late, and some kind of defensive thing has to happen, and they got to clinch it that way.
Yeah. Shout out to Sajin. He's saying that the Seahawks are getting everyone back. They were out with injuries, so I love it. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say this again. I think this is gonna be a last second field goal game, another last second field goal game for the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are going to win it. Last year they won it 20-17, if I'm not mistaken. This year I got them winning. Or was it 23-20?
20, 23-20, I think.
I got
2020.
them winning 23-20 again on the last second
Mhm.
Kaimi Fairbairn field goal. Houston Texans are gonna pull that out. And before we go, we always go around the league. And since we got the early game, um, we calling us first. And then
Let me see. Okay.
we got the full NFL schedule.
Hey, there we go.
So we got the full NFL schedule. We can talk about all the games. There's no games that have already passed. We are the first on the slate. So look at it right now, you got New York Jets and Baltimore Ravens. I'm gonna say
Ravens.
Ravens, yeah.
I'm on Ravens. That they chops, boy. They whew.
Yeah. And then the next game is another one easy pick, Seattle versus Tennessee. Got
Mm-hmm.
Seattle going ahead and winning that game easy. Interesting game. You got Minnesota and Green Bay. In Green Bay, who you got?
I got Green Bay. I think this is the wheels finally fall off for 9 game with JJ McCarthy. I think it's
Yeah,
finally gonna happen.
yeah. I got Green Bay winning that game as well. The New York Giants and the Detroit Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, the Lions will pull that out easy. I won't say easy, but they'll pull it out.
Yeah.
Then back door, you got New England and Cincinnati with the potential
Oh
Joe
my
Burrow
goodness.
return. Um,
Well, see again. If Burrow comes back, then nah, give me New England. I'm sorry. That defense for Cincinnati. No, I'm
hmm.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cincinnati for the upset, man. Bring
Uh,
some parity up in the AFC, and then the last 12 o'clock. Well, not the last, but one of the last 12 o'clock games. You got Pittsburgh and Chicago, 6-4 Pittsburgh and 7-3 Chicago.
give me Chicago.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Chicago for the win,
Yep.
and then another 12 o'clock game, Kansas City
Mm-hmm.
and Indy. Indy's going to Kansas City, so that's the change.
Give
Um,
me Kansas City.
Yeah, I got Kansas City. I got Kansas City at home. Patrick Mahomes. This is gonna be the Tony Romo game, so I'm definitely gonna see good old refs at work in a prime environment in Kansas City. And then here we go to the late slate. You got Jacksonville, Arizona, the snooze fest. Man, it's in Arizona. I say Arizona gonna pull it out.
And who was it again? Arizona and who?
Jacksonville.
Ah, shoot. I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's go Arizona. Yeah,
Yeah, Arizona's at home, so I'm gonna give it to
yeah.
Arizona. They play good defense, and Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence. So
It's just because the Jaguars are so just,
unpredictable,
bro.
man.
You can't, yeah, bro.
They'll
That's
they'll
what
go out and
bro. That
they'll go.
Chargers boy was what that like?
What the hell, man? What the
Like
hell?
what was that? Yeah,
Then you got Cleveland and the Raiders in the toilet bowl in Vegas.
the Doors debut.
Doris Sanders first start, and they're gonna win that game.
Oh yeah.
They're
Bro,
gonna
it's
win that game.
offensive, bro. It's offensive how bad the Raiders are. I know
Mm-hmm.
we talking about like the Bengals defense and the Bills defense and Titans. Bro, the Raiders. I don't. It's one way. It's one thing to be bad as a team. I just think maybe it's Gino. I don't know. Like it's just
Well, I mean, I think it's just a
it's this attitude of like, what you mad at? Like,
I don't think I just think that they don't have the right pieces when it comes to like they don't have an offensive line. They don't Genty doesn't look like he's worth his salt as a running back right now.
Bowers
Um
is like their best player.
yeah, Bowers is their best player. He's been hurt. He just
Listen,
came back from injury.
if you're the Texans, I
So
say, hey, Vegas,
yeah.
how much how much you want for
Oh, they
Bowers?
gonna want the form, man. They're gonna want like a first round pick, which is rich for Bowers, but we'll see because we got to play them later on in the year. Then you next game is another toilet bowl with Atlanta and New Orleans. When Atlanta losing Michael Penix for the season, Kirk Cousins comes back to start for the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons are gonna end up beating the Saints and make a run, man.
I got Tyler Shook and the Saints.
Mm.
Yep.
They in New Orleans,
Yep.
crazy things happen in New
Yep.
Orleans. So
hmm I
next
think Raheem
game,
Morris gonna be out of there.
yeah,
If
oh
they,
yeah,
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 I think Raheem out of there.
yeah, definitely. You got Dallas and Philadelphia.
Ooh,
I think Dallas will pull an upset on Philly.
I do
Philly
too.
Philly's been really, really in. So I think Dallas is gonna make a little turnaround and they'll beat Philly
Yeah.
and Dallas.
I think they're gonna blow them out. I think that it's gonna be like one of them 30-15 kind of
mm,
one of those.
okay. Um, then you got. I feel like this is the game of the week: Tampa Bay and the Rams. Um,
Rams.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull the Rams up
Go
as
Rams.
well.
'Cause Rams just they just too good right now.
hmm And then you got Carolina and San Francisco on Monday Night Football
Hmm.
in San Francisco. I'm gonna go upset. Give me Bryce Young and the
What?
Panthers, man.
What? That's
Yeah,
crazy. Nah, I get
Panthers defense is something to talk about.
yeah.
Hmm.
Give me San Fran. I'm gonna take San Fran, man. Brock Purdy second game back. I gotta see first. Bryce, you gotta do that twice in a row. I need to see two of those.
Yeah, we will see, man. We will see. But as always, man, y'all be sure to check out the H Town Rundown on playback right now. They're live with the Rockets game. So y'all make sure y'all check them out. Y'all make sure y'all check out the H Town Rundown tomorrow on playback as well as we'll live stream the game, the Thursday night football game. So y'all make sure y'all go and check that out as well. Then we're gonna take the weekend off. We're gonna take the weekend off and we're gonna sit back and relax and just watch some good old Sunday football and not have to worry or stress out about the
Hmm.
Houston Texans, giving us heartache um, for last second field goals against the lowly Tennessee Titans
Hmm. Hmm.
um, or any other team. So again, man, I appreciate everybody for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday evening. Shout out to my co-host Clayton. This is your boy AD. We will see y'all when we see y'all, man. And y'all have a great night, great evening. And let's go Texans, man. Peace.
Hmm.